Okay, so you're a weekend camper. An instant coffee is more than fine to start your morning, but if you're living on the road like us, having a good coffee in the morning is a nice luxury. So we pretty quickly got rid of the instant coffee when we were camping and moved on to a Waco Mini Presso. Now this is a great unit. You can put a pod or ground coffee in here, and then by pumping here, you can get a black espresso coffee. The issue with the Mini Presso, the Waco Mini Presso for me, is that firstly you have to have warm water. So either you need a thermos with hot water already in it, or you need to get a jet boil out, or you need to get the stove out and heat up some water. So it really defeats the purpose for me with this. And then if you don't want just a black coffee, you want some milk in it, you're gonna need to warm that up as well. So this unit isn't actually that efficient in my mind. And the coffee for me wasn't any better than the instant coffee can provide. So what have we done? Well, in the back of the FJ, we have a 1500 watt inverter. And we also have our Engel here, which is a 40 litre. So we've been keeping an eye on pod-based coffee machines for a while, just waiting for one to come up that we thought would fit well in the back of the FJ. And we've found this one here, which is the Espresso Toria from Woolworths. So just when we were doing our weekly shop, this came up for 50 bucks. So we thought we'd get it, give it a go. It fitted the dimensions of this little gap that we've got here. And then we also grabbed the milk frother and warmer from the same company. So we've wired it into our 1500 watt inverter. Now this draws 1000 watts, this draws 300. We may get away with running both at once, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to use the pod machine, and then once that's done, turn it off and heat and froth our milk. So let's get a pod in there and give it a go. So another great feature of the upgrades we've been doing to the FJ is our drawer system that we've built. Built this myself, looked at multiple drawer systems. Look, there are some great ones out there. There wasn't anything that personally suited what I wanted, and especially not for the price. So I probably built these for under $1,000, and anything comparable I was looking at was 3,000 plus. All right, so we need to grab some pods. So there's multiple brands that fit in this. So we've just got the stock standard. All right, so turning the 1500 watt inverter on, and we need to let the machine warm up. I'm gonna get the milk out of our Engel. We normally use long life milk on the road, but because we're in quarantine for the time being, we're using the nicer Norco stuff. I completely understand how, to some people, this is glamping and completely unnecessary, but when this is your home, it makes perfect sense to have. And even not being a regular coffee drinker, when we're somewhere where we can't get a coffee, when you want one, you want a nice one. So I think it's perfectly reasonable to have. So putting the pod in the top, and then grabbing our cup and pressing the half shot button. All right, so that's our coffee. It's got a nice creamer on top. It's done a pretty good job of it. Now, a cool thing about this too is when I lift this metal flap up now, that wasted pod is going to go into a little storage bin here, which is a good feature. I don't have to fish it out. Also with the water tank, we empty that while we're driving and just fill it up when we actually want a coffee. So next step is our milk, which is pretty simple. We just put it in this jug here, and obviously I've already used this unit. I'm really impressed with how well it froths the milk. Putting the lid on, turning the coffee machine off, and turning the milk frother on. This takes under a minute. So it's got a little whisk in there, or a frother in there, that's spinning around right now, frothing the milk, and it's also heating it. And it comes to a really nice drinking temperature. I don't know if you've experienced when you get a coffee to go, takeaway coffee, It's a Russian roulette as to whether you're going to burn your tongue or not. So I actually quite like having a drinkable coffee straight off the bat. All right, so while we're waiting for that milk to finish, what are the other plans for our kitchen? Well, we have a kitchen in our camper trailer, but Rochelle, my partner, really likes to do baking and cooking and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to be ramping that up on this channel. So what we're going to be getting is a fold down table for the back door here on the FJ. That may interfere with my drawer system, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. Then we're going to put a travel buddy or similar up the top here do all of the baking in, as we don't have an oven currently. In terms of barbecuing, we have a Weber for our standard cooking, which I do most of the meat and very simple dinners. Rochelle likes to do more extravagant stuff, so pretty keen to do that on the channel. The milk's just finished. So let's get a close up. There's our nice frothy milk. All good focus? Okay. And there is our coffee. All right, so that is how we put a coffee machine in the back of our FJ for under $100. I think it's a pretty worthwhile investment, especially living full-time on the road. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you can keep getting our updated content. And I'll catch you next time.